interim oil change, a between service oil change. I think I'm at 2,600 miles on the bike. It had its first service at 600 miles. The next one's due at 3,500. But I've just decided I'm going to do an oil change midway through. I don't really know why. I did ran it in properly, and then obviously they changed the oil and filter and checked the nuts and bolts are tight and everything. And I ran it in properly up to 1,000 miles. Only allowed up to about 7,500 revs. And since then it's seen a lot of high revs, obviously. It's built to play, and play I will. And so I've just decided at 2,500 that I'm going to change the oil again. It has darkened, it's not black as such or overly soiled from what I can see through the inspection window, but yeah, I just want to change it out. So yeah, here we go. I've decided to take the under cowling off. I can reach the oil filter and swap it over, but my concern is with the oil dripping, it's going to go straight onto the exhaust, as you can probably see, or probably not. Let's try and put a bit of light on that. It's right sort of above the exhaust, you can see it, there it is. So I want to take the plastic cowling off, so I can put something over the exhaust quite easily to drain the oil away from the exhaust, rather than, because it all gets in that collector. I remember on my Bandit 1250 it all gets in the, where the 4 goes into 1, it all gets in there, and you just can't get it all out, so you have to burn it out, and it stinks and blah blah blah. So yeah, I'm going to take the plastic cowling off and go from there. So I believe it's 5 Allen bolts, one which the spanner's on now, one there, and then 2 the other side, because it doesn't go as far back the other side. I think it comes to about here, the other side. So yeah, I'll get that off, and we'll go from there. Right, also on the back, on the left hand side of the bike, is one of these pop out clips, which you put a screwdriver in, as you can see, pop the head, and then it should pull out. And then that's this side free. So you've got a couple of pop out clips on this inside bit. Can't point and camera there, and the other side, which obviously is for this black bit in the middle, but I'm just going to keep that together. So this side had 2 short ones, which are the front 2, and then a longer one at the back, and obviously that pop out clip as well. So I'll stick them over here in line, so I know which ones go where, and they're out the way of my club feet, and then I'll go and do the other side. So say this side doesn't go back quite as far, so you've got a Allen bolt there, and another one of those clips there that you pop the head with the screwdriver. As easy as that. So the head's just protruding. That releases it, he says, and there you go. So as you push the mushroom in, it opens up the clips on the back, which stopped the whole thing pulling out then. So yeah, that's it in a released form. As I say, then there's two Allen bolts, and then we're off this side. So I'll just do them. Right, so that's it off now. There you go. As I say, there's a couple of clips and a couple of screws which hold that front section on, which I've just left in one piece. And then you've got to remember when you put it back on, or I've got to remember because it's my bike. Where are you? There you are. That's your overflow pipe. Little bracket for that to go in. So I just got to remember, stick the pipe through there as I push it up. But yeah, that's off. So now I've got to make, this is what I was on about, see how the oil filter drops directly straight on the four-way collector. So what I'm going to use is just some kitchen foil shaped to drain it off over the exhaust into the drain tray, rather than getting it all over the collector. And for this side, the right hand side, I'll just show you, you've got a small screw towards the front, another one of the collared ones at the back, and then, as I say, that pop out clip. So again, all there in order, out the way of my clumsy feet. So I'll just shape the foil. I'll get this out of the way first. Right, so first of all is let it run. Yeah, there you go, 2,636, so a bit of an interim service. Yeah, just give that a couple of minutes just to warm the oil up. It has been out for a thrash this morning, so we shouldn't be too bad. Yeah, give that a run, warm it up, make it more fluid. Right, so I'll put a bit of warmth in the oil, and now 17mm spanner, I've already cracked it off, so it's loose. Get your oil pan underneath, ready, and unscrew it. Oh, nearly came out. There you go. And the thing to look for on the magnet here, see if there's any swarf. I mean, as I say, this bike's done 2,600 miles, so we should be pretty good. Just move that back a bit. There we go. So the other thing to do, or the other thing I do, is change the crush washer, which is obviously there to make the seal between your bolt and your sump. So I'll swap that as well. But no, it's all clean and tidy as it should be, so quite happy with that. Again, as I should be really. It's not done all that many miles. Right, I'll just let that drain and then crack the oil filter off. The part I did miss out on that was release your filler plug, because you can have a small vacuum going on which will obviously stop the flow or slow the flow as such. So yeah, take your filler plug out and stop that happening. We're pretty much there now. I'll leave it out for the minute. So oil filter in that gorgeous place underneath. Now of course, because I've warmed it, the exhaust is a bit toasty. Ah. Oh, the hazards. Oh yeah, that is warm. Right, I think I'll use the strap on that. Hang on a minute. Right, so I've put the strap on it and undone it, and bloody hell that was tight, and there's no way it should have been that tight, so not impressed with who put it on, which was on the wheel in Port Slade. I mean, they only have to go on just over hand tight. So, I mean, that was a proper effort to take that off. And it's even started crushing the filter. That's how much pressure I had to put on it. But yeah, so that's loosened now, that's hand tight. I've got the silver foil in place, and hopefully, oh, did I say I got it hand tight? Oh, that's what I say, it's ridiculous. I mean, I've undone that slightly with the strap, and it's still far too tight. So whoever's wound that on wants slacking. Oh, yeah, that's a pig. There we go. Right, make sure that's in place. Got the tray underneath, so hopefully it'll just run down the foil. This is where I'll drop the filter and make a mess everywhere anyway. Right, there you go. Oh, come on. So there you go, you've got the oil there flowing down into the collector, not touching my exhaust, so worth the effort. Recommended it. I don't know where I saw that idea, but definitely somewhere on YouTube, and that's about the third or fourth time I've used that particular method, and there you go, nothing on the exhaust, so none of that horrible burning smell when I start it up later. Right, I'll just get the filter off. Right, so there you go, that's the filter off, and as you can see, the foil's directing the oil down into the collector, and this is how tight it was. I don't know if you can see that. You see that? That's been put on so tight, it's damaged the edge of the filter. See the side coming off? I don't know if you can see that. I can't see it in the camera. Let's move that light a bit. Yeah, look, see that bit sticking up? Where is it? Oh, where are you? There you are. A bit there. Missing it again. Where are you, Git? There. There you go. Bit of the oil filter. Now, it's probably only the painted surface of it, but that's how tight it's been, and you know, I've had to put dents in it to take it off. There's no way it should be that tight. No way. You go about hand tight and a quarter turn, and that's more than good enough. Not impressed with that. Not with a brand new bike and taking to a professional to get sorted. There you go. That's off. So just let that drain a little bit more, and then do the rebuild. All you want is a little bit of oil. There you go, a finger of new oil, and just rub it round your sealing rubber, and that'll help it pinch up nice and tight and help seal it properly. So on it goes. As easy as that. So that's pretty much up to the rubber. So that's pinched there. So all I do is that plus about a quarter of a turn. and that should be more than enough for that filter. And when I come to take it off, it's pretty much hand tight. None of that getting a wrench out and putting massive dents in the old filter and everything. It's a rubber seal. It's not a massive amount of pressure that it's under in there. It doesn't need to be tightened right up. There you go, that's the filter on. Sump plug, I'll take the old washer off, put the new washer on, give that a bit of a clean up. Just wipe the threads, make sure you got all the gunky crap off, and then need to go around the other side. Right, so just make sure the surfaces are free of shit, and wind your sump plug back on. And I don't know what the torque settings are, but you've got a crush washer on there which crushes and seals, and it's better to leave it what you'd probably consider loose. I mean, that's not tight in the slightest, but I can feel that crush washer just crushing up. So I'll just keep going until it wants to be tight, which is about there. So that is tight now. I can't just do that with fingers. So I'll just give that a nip. There you go. And that, to me, is good enough. The crush washer does the seal in there. The rubber seal does the seal on the oil filter. That's good enough. None of this massive amounts of pressure, massive spanner, big scaffold pole on the end. Don't need it. That's enough. Can't even get the spanner on it now. There you go. So yeah, that's plenty. As I say, it was when it pinched tight, about 1/8 to 1/4 of a turn, just to give it that crush up, and that's good enough. So now just need to top it up. On the side it says 3.2 litres, so I'll stick 3 in, give it a run, see where we go. First of all, clear up this, I had a little bit of a spillage, nothing special. I've had catastrophes before, so this ain't too bad. The shed's a bit small for a fat git like me to be crawling about on the floor. One day, right, yeah, I'll clear this away, and then as I say, top it up, start it up, find its level, and see how we go. Right, so as I say, the next thing to do is dim that down for you, is put the oil back in. And I've chosen Castrol Power 1 10W40 4-stroke motor oil. So I'm going to shove about 3 litres in it, run it up, and see where it sits. Obviously I'll take it off the paddock stand and hold it level when I check the oil, because obviously the paddock stand sits it forward too much, it gives an untrue reading. And the shed floor is, even though I built it, pretty much level. So yeah, I'll do 3 of them. As I say, Castrol Power 1. For superior, did you read that? Superior acceleration. So all you other GSX-S 750 owners out there, but watch out, because I've got superior acceleration when I put this oil in. How they work that out, I don't know, but must have, oh, it's got to be 10 to 15 brake horsepower. Different type of oil in it, got to be. Anyway, I'll stick that in, and then we'll run it up and see how we're doing. Well, I just thought I'd show you the oil in the inspection window in here. This is before I've started it up. It's about 3.2 litres. So that is about level there. So that's full. But obviously I've put an oil filter on as well, which is empty at the moment. So when I run it, that level will go down. And that's why you run it, really. Warm it through, get all the oil in the oil ways, and especially fill up the oil filter. And then if you need some more, top it up. So open the shed door and get it started, and let it run for a little while. And while it's running, hopefully you can hear me, while it's running, just prudent to check for any leaks out of your oil filter and obviously your sump plug. So yeah, perfectly dry at the moment. Just let that warm up and circulate a bit more. Yeah, we're looking good. Right, so there you go. I've run it for a minute or so just to get it warmed up, and where are we at? About there, that's about level, and you can see that's gone down from full to nearly on low. So I'll just put another couple of 100ml in there, top that off. But no leaks. No leaks apart from what was caught in the exhaust. Oh dear. Yeah. So there you go. There is an oil filter change on a GSX-S 750, which is a glorious bike. There you go. I'm just sitting here admiring it now. Yeah, sad and lonely. There you go. Hope that helps. Right, so that's it. Pretty much full now. Where's the balance? There you go, about there. So that's on the full mark. So that took about another 300. 250, about 350 millilitres on top of the 3.2 stated. So about 350 for the oil filter. There you go, so 3.5 litres, which I think is what they say in the book anyway, 3.5. There you go, oil change done.